this is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
Pressure has a way of revealing what remains steady. In the latest Nissan campaign, the Nissan Rogue was tested to the extreme to demonstrate that it's built to last through durability and reliability challenges inspired by real tests conducted by Nissan engineers. Brutal potholes, a steady force of water, even a jet-powered sandstorm. Each challenge inviting a deeper look at how quality, durability, and reliability hold their ground in real-world conditions. Every test was 100% real. No CG, no AI. To see how the Rogue held up, visit Nissan-durability.com.
Peace to the planet, Charlemagne the God here. Now look, y'all know I'm big on ownership, owning your ideas, owning your business, owning your future, and that's exactly why I use Shopify. Shopify is the platform that lets you take an idea and actually build a real business out of it. What I love is how discoverable it makes everything. Shopify puts products everywhere people actually shop. Google, YouTube, TikTok Shop, the Shop app, even inside ChatGPT. You can literally go from conversation to checkout. That is the next level options in our changing world. And right now, the Black Effect storefront is busy and Shopify is handling the heavy lifting. I am excited that Shopify is going to be at our Black Effect Podcast Festival this year in a major way, and I will be there preaching this platform to all our small Black-owned businesses that partner with us. Shopify is helping drive the marketplace this year at our festival, and their footprint and commitment to us and the community of Black-owned businesses is something I am proud to be a part of. Build your store, own your audience, and create something that lasts. Start now at shopify.com/breakfast club.
The official language of football is trash talk, late-night group chats, memes, and unbelievable highlight clips. That's why Boost Mobile brings you our new global connection plan, the first plan ever made for WhatsApp. Get unlimited data, talk and text, international roaming, and calls to over 100 countries for just $40 a month.
$40 price includes $5 a month auto pay discount. After 40 gigabytes of premium high-speed data, speeds will be lowered. Coverage not available everywhere. Visit store or boostmobile.com for details.
Hey everyone, it's Cal Penn. I'm inviting you to join the best-sounding book club you've ever heard with my podcast, Hearsay, the Audible and iHeart audiobook club. Every episode, I nerd out with amazing guests and dive into the best new audiobooks available on Audible. It's the book club for your ears. Listen to Hearsay, the Audible and iHeart audiobook club on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome to the Black Mother Wound Podcast, a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network and iHeartRadio, where we center the stories of Black women as we heal from the painful relationships with our mothers. Welcome to the Black Mother Wound Podcast. I'm your host, Jennifer Arnice. Hey y'all, welcome back. Happy Tuesday, or whatever it is that you are listening to this episode. Listen, y'all, life has been lifing, and I was like, what am I going to talk about today? Because I'm laying up in the bed, and I was like, ooh, you know what? I don't even have any advice for them, but I probably just need to vent a little bit. So I was like, let me get on here because you already know if I'm going through it, you might be too. I don't know if you listen or not listen, watch me on Instagram. I was talking about my AC unit going out of my house that I've been in my house almost 2 years now. And so my AC went out. Now I live in South Carolina and it's hot as motherfucking monkey balls out here. And the last thing you want to be without is AC. Okay. So somebody in the community made a comment and they were like, girl, be easy with yourself because home ownership has a steep learning curve. And before, I read her message, honestly, y'all, I have been really beating myself up. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. I don't know. I didn't know what to do. It was so crazy. I mean, I know, your HVAC can go down and all this kind of stuff, but I didn't think it was going to happen to me, child. I just moved here and I already got these bills and changes in my job and all this stuff going on. And here you are. And then people want about $8,000 for a new AC unit. And it's hot. And first of all, when it's hot, you can't even think. I can't think when it's hot. and then it's hot inside your own house. You sleeping hot, you waking up hot, you walking around hot. That shit would drive you crazy. So I was like, how the fuck did I end up in this situation? And then, my son is here, and I'm just going through all the things of basically what a terrible person I am. Awful, irresponsible, bad mom. The whole guilt trip that we put on ourselves when something isn't going right. And when she said it was a steep learning curve, something about that took the edge off of how I was feeling. And it made me stop beating myself up just a little bit. Because I was like, really? Is it a steep learning curve? So you're telling me I shouldn't have all the answers? And that had never dawned on me. Because I was beating myself up so fucking bad that I just knew, like, I don't even deserve to have this house. Like, girl, why did you buy a house? You should have stayed in an apartment. You can't take care of yourself. All the old conversations, all the old things that I didn't think I was saying to myself anymore came back like in a rush, like all at fucking once. And you put on top of that I was hot. So girl, I was struggling. And what I realized is, and this is even hard to talk about, like this is super vulnerable because I don't even want to say the shit out loud, but I guess it needs to be said. I feel like there is nothing worse than being smart and accomplished and intelligent and charismatic and experienced and like dumb all at the same time. And when I say dumb, I don't mean to talk down on myself, but it's like this I don't even know what you call it, but it's like to know a lot of things and then not know anything at the same time. That shit is so frustrating because it's like I think the way I grew up was I had to figure a lot of things out. And you don't know how many things you don't know when you've spent your life figuring it out and you never had people really walking you through life. And my mother was and my father both were in my life, as a kid, right? So I learned how to cook. My mother taught me how to get a job. I learned how to clean, sorta. I mean, I know how to clean, but the methodology my mother used to teach me how to clean was, I'm gonna beat your ass and make you scared to death to get it wrong and keep doing this shit over and over again until you get it right. And I'm gonna stand over you and fill you with anxiety. So that was how I was taught to do things. That is not really good for your body or your brain when it comes to learning new things. And I know how to learn new things. I think the healthiest way I learned how to learn was my high school. I went to a really good high school in Woodbridge, Virginia. And I remember it's like this was a time where they taught you how to learn. Whereas like they taught critical thinking in high school. But when I got home, knowing how to do things, there was always this assumption that you should have already known it already. And why the fuck do I have to tell you again what to do? Even though nobody had told you. And if you had told me, I'm 11. The thing you're telling me to do, adults don't even know how to do it. So I don't even have the brain capacity to really grasp the steps. But you have an adult person who doesn't understand what it's like to be, a kid, even though they were one, and how to teach them things. So it's like this huge disconnect. And I'm saying that on two points. One, having parents who treated me like that. But then I turned into a mom and did my son the same way. Child, that's a whole other, I feel like there's a whole season of episodes to go into around the ways in which I have repeated patterns that I did not want to repeat with my own child. But one of them was like how you learn to do things. And now when I'm looking back, I'm like, damn, I wasn't really showing him how to do things because there was so much anxiety around learning something and sharing that information. But that's not why we're here today. It is humbling. That's the best way I can say, because it also is, it's like there's so much shame I'm experiencing now because I still have this thing like, you should know better. You should know how to do this. You should know how to do that. And like, I'm 51 years old. I'm middle-aged. My AC going out shouldn't have caught me the way it did. I'm not, when I say should, I don't even like to say should, but that's just how I feel. And it makes me feel like a failure. Really. I'm just keep it a buck with you, because it's such a big thing. And I like took on this huge responsibility. I fixed my credit. I was working all these, I was job stacking during COVID, saving my money. Like, I have finally learned how to be an adult, a responsible adult. And I bought a house and I moved and I did it right and I got it. And I'm so proud of myself. And then that happens. And I felt like I was back to being that, 13 or 14-year-old girl sitting at the kitchen table with my mama, pointing out everything I've done wrong. And I'll be honest. I mean, it's funny because as I'm thinking about this, I'm like, Jennifer, you really have done a good job. You shouldn't beat yourself up because of one thing. I know. And y'all know it, because that's what I would tell you. But baby, it has really brought up so many things, because I feel like it takes me a lot longer to get things done. It takes me a lot longer to understand things, not because I'm dumb, but a lot of this shit, I should have a parent. I should have a family member. I should have people that are, I guess you call them like your elders, though the people that you grew up with that take you under their wing, that show you things, that support you through things, people you can call. And to get to this point and have like, I feel like my AC going out was like, I don't want to say it's like the straw that broke the camel's back, but it put a spotlight yet again on how alone it is, how lonely it is not having a loving mother in your life. And it's interesting because it's not, I was about to say not having like a mother who has all the answers, but it's not even having all the answers. Having a loving mother creates a safe place so that you don't feel dumb when you don't know the answers. And it's easy for you to, I don't want to say attach yourself, but to put yourself in proximity and closeness and build relationships with people who can help you, because you don't think anything is wrong with you. You don't think that you're broken. You don't think that you're defective. You don't think that you should know better because you had, a loving person who was nurturing and kind and didn't make you feel like you were always fucking up and that you need to get it together, and that punishment wasn't on the other side of the learning curve. It's like there was no learning curve allowed. So now I got this long ass learning curve, and it is really, it's fucked up. It is crazy. And I can look at so many things. I can even look at, Black Mother Wound. Like I knew how to build my social media. I knew how to start a podcast, right? Like these are, I call them technical things. Like if you follow the instructions, you can do them. But when it comes to running the business of Black Mother Wound, that is really hard for me because all of the back end systems, child, y'all have no fucking idea what it goes into to send out an email, to have a sales page, to have a sales funnel, if you even know what a sales funnel is, to be able to keep contact with people. I would love to talk to y'all, but all of the pieces of string and yarn that go into tying Instagram to TikTok to YouTube to the podcast platform to my email list, all of those back end things. This is just an example because I can also point them out in like my everyday life too, right? I can take it and give you the same example for like keeping up my yard, like all the things that you will never know if nobody ever showed you. And that's okay. But the thing is, this is the breakdown I think that the mother wound causes is, one, you think you should already know. You just think that you should know. So when you don't know, you have all this guilt and this shame and you beat yourself up. And then when you realize you don't know, it's hard for you to let people know that you don't know because I think, let me stop saying you, but I think they're going to think less of me because it's like, why don't you know that by now? And that's because that's the messaging that I've received growing up. And when you are doing something like buying a house, spending money, raising kids, there are consequences when you don't know what the fuck you're doing. And it doesn't matter if you don't know. And it doesn't matter if you're doing your best. That's why I hate when people say that. Oh, your mother, she was doing her best. Well, the best didn't do it. And even when people say to me, well, I know you're doing your best. Sometimes the best isn't good enough. It don't do it. Now, what I can say is if you've done your best and then you say, okay, I need to do better. How can I do that? That's one thing. But just to be like, oh, well, you doing your best and leave it at that. I don't think that that is good enough. The person is good enough, but I don't think that thought process is accurate or fully formed because there's another step, because you need to be able to complete the goal. If you're going to be in it, then you want to be in it to win it, not be in it to lose because it's going to keep beating you up. You feel me? So it's like, if you're going to be in relationships, you can't just say, oh, I'm going to do my best. No, there's a way to be successful in a relationship. You're going to have to figure that shit out. If you want to be a homeowner, you can't be like, well, I bought the house, I don't know what else they want from me. No. There's shit you got to do to make sure that the house is kept up, the yard is kept up, all of those things, right? If you want to lose weight, but you eating, McDonald's and Doritos every night, but I'm doing my best. No, you're going to have to do better than that. Now, doesn't mean it just happens overnight. You have to figure it out, but that's where the fucking breakdown is. I was never taught the real way to figure things out. I just had to figure things out the best way possible because there was a risk of violence. There was a risk of abandonment. There was a risk of rejection. But that put so many holes in the process to where it's still wrong at the end of the day and you still got to go back. And that shit is so fucking exhausting. It's so exhausting. Y'all, when I tell y'all I'm tired, your girl is tired. And it's like I'm constantly feeling like I'm in a PhD class with a third grade education. But I did something that got me in the class, but there's so many other lessons that I missed, but I don't even know what the lessons are. And there's nobody that I can even ask for the lessons, but because I'm high functioning, I've got to stay with my class. Even though I need to go back to this motherfucking second grade and sit in that little ass seat somewhere. But it's like, it's too late for that. And it's just hard. That's all I can say. And I mean, I don't know who can relate to this or who else goes through this. And there is no quick fix. I think that's one thing. It's like, this shit is fucking painful. And all I can say is like, the process that I use in like the things I've learned on how to heal my mother wound, that's why I'm saying this shit is never over, because it doesn't make the pain go away. And that shit is not fair. That's what really be, didn't that give me a motherfucking attitude right there? Cause I'm like, God damn, this wasn't my fault, but I still have to deal with it. And so on top of learning all the things that no one ever taught me, and possibly not ever knowing some of this shit and making messes everywhere I go, having to learn how to make peace with not only not knowing, but the pain and the loneliness that comes with not knowing and not having anybody to turn to. That shit is really fucked up. And it pisses me off, and I am pissed off at my parents for not giving it to me, even though I know they didn't have it. Like, that's the fucked up part, because they didn't motherfucking have it. I know they didn't have it. But I wish they would have had enough of something to be like, we don't have it, but we love you so much. We care about you so much. We're going to find a way for you to get it, so you don't live with the same, air quote, disability that we have, because that's really what it creates. When you are smart and capable and functioning on the surface, but you have struggles with like life management, that's a fucking disability to me. And a lot of it isn't just in the not knowing how to do things. It is being raised and being treated in a way that you should know, and that nobody has time for you to learn it. And no one, like I feel like my parents didn't want their kids to know that they didn't know, because it was like, well, if they found out that we don't know what the fuck we're doing, then they're not going to trust us and they're not going to listen to us. But goddamn it, we shouldn't have listened to y'all or trusted y'all, because you didn't know what the fuck you was doing. So like that selfish play right there, that fear of being seen. I think my parents had a fear of being seen, and I can relate to that, because it's like, wow, if my son knows that I don't know this, he's going to think less of me, which is not true, but that's what I've been taught. And I can see it in how I raise him and how I struggle to like expose myself. And sometimes it's not a struggle. It's like, hey, this is where I fucked up. This is what I don't know. But in a lot of ways, I have repeated that with him. And so I'm fixing that now. And I'm fixing it with my own damn self. So here is what I'm doing. Now, this does not make it go away, because I do feel like it's a disability. And in a way, that makes me feel better, because it's not internalized. It's like some of this I don't have any control over. My brain development didn't happen. I didn't get I didn't develop in certain areas. And now my brain is fully formed, and I'm not going to say it's like concrete, but it's hard as fuck to go back to the basics and dig through all of that and go back to the beginning and teach yourself these things while you're still living life and fixing the stuff that you have fucked up over this life. Like, so now you triple tired trying to do all the shit, right?
This is Radhi Devluka from A Really Good Cry. A lot of wellness routines start with motivation and end somewhere between week 2 and a half-used supplement drawer. Grunes was created to make daily nutrition simpler. Instead of pills or chalky green drinks, Grunes packs over 20 essential vitamins and minerals, greens and prebiotics into a snack pack of delicious gummies. It feels approachable and not demanding. The convenient, comprehensive formula supports gut health, beauty, energy, immunity, recovery, and cognition in one daily habit. Grunes contains 6 grams of fiber, which is more than 2 cups of broccoli, and the ingredients in Grunes are backed by 35,000 research publications, which is part of what makes the formula so intentional. Grunes is vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, nut-free, and made without artificial colors or flavors. Plus, it's methylated, so key nutrients like B12 and folate are in forms your body can actually use. It's comprehensive nutrition designed for routines you can actually stick with. Get up to 52% off with code CRY at grunes.co. That's code CRY at gruns.co.
The official language of football is trash talk, late night group chats, memes, and unbelievable highlight clips. That's why Boost Mobile brings you our new global connection plan, the first plan ever made for WhatsApp. Get unlimited data, talk and text, international roaming, and calls to over 100 countries for just $40 a month.
$40 price includes $5 a month auto pay discount. After 40 gigabytes of premium high-speed data, speeds will be lowered. Coverage not available everywhere. Visit store or boostmobile.com for details.
Hello, I'm Malcolm Gladwell, host of Smart Talks with IBM. I sat down with Alon Cohen, who leads research and development at UFC, to discuss the complexity of using technology to analyze fight data.
With kick to the head, it makes contact with the outside of my arm, which I brought up. In our world, that's a blocked strike.
Yeah.
But teaching a computer what exactly that means and when and how, like when my arm is up, that's a block. When my arm is down and hits my shoulder, that's not. It's those nuances that proved incredibly difficult for machines to be able to handle for a very, very long time.
That is, until IBM entered the Octagon. Listen to the full conversation at ibm.com/smarttalks.
This is Bethany Frankel from Just Be with Bethany Frankel. Most dog food is marketing, not nutrition. That is why Biggie and Smalls eat just food for dogs, real 100% human-grade food with ingredients I actually recognize. And yes, I do see the difference. Better digestion, healthier skin, more energy, dogs that feel better, my babies. If you've been on the fence about switching, stop overthinking it. What's more important than your furry babies and their health? Go to justfoodfordogs.com right now and get 50% off your first box. No code needed. Just try it.
So, this is my regiment. And like I told y'all, I'm in the bed right now. I got in the bed at 3:30 this afternoon. Okay? This is where I am with holding myself, healing myself, processing, and making room for this reality in my life, and making space for whatever will change and evolve and what things won't get fixed in this lifetime that I will just be a part. They will just be a part of my life. Okay. One, being gentle with myself. This is probably, I think, one of the hardest things for us to do, because we were raised with like this iron rod, and the iron rod was the motivator, and it got us going, and punishment got results. But I'm realizing now, punishing yourself will exhaust you. Beating yourself up will leave you unable to do the work that needs to be done to care for yourself. So it's like you can't do it. Like you just cannot keep beating yourself up. And this podcast, like this episode, is not about beating myself up. It really is about giving me a space. Like, this is an example of me being gentle with myself, which is number one on the list. And my mind wants to tell me that I should be ashamed of myself and that I'm a terrible person. And I know I carry a lot of shame. And having these conversations and like this, exposing myself to find out, like, am I really a terrible person? Because I know they'll tell me. Or am I like everybody else going through a human experience? And, ooh, that just hit. I really hope that I can just be a person having a human experience without it having to be fucking perfect. That I can be in that club, because I have lived a life feeling like I'm in the club of it has to be right or nobody's going to love you. Everything has to look a certain way or you're not going to have anybody. And I don't want to be in that club. I want to be in the club of fuck ups and misfits and mistake makers who still get to smile, who still get to be hugged, who still get to be loved on and cared for and checked on and valued, even in the midst of mistakes and not doing it right. And my inner little girl, she really needs that. Like, she just can't take being beat up on anymore. So it's really tough when I make mistakes because I'm so quick to beat myself up. And that's something that just cannot happen because I promised her that I wouldn't do it. So I was like, well, let me see if we can have this conversation and I can kill a couple birds with one stone. So number one is like being gentle with myself. And whether that means spending half of the day in bed, I have my laptop, I still be working today. Whether that means not cooking, ordering in, just being kind to myself, catching when I want to be like, bitch, what the fuck did you do that for? Oh my God, I can't believe you did that. Like, catching that and being like, nah, we're not gonna talk to ourselves that way. Being gentle with myself looks like drinking a lot of water today, making sure I took my probiotics. I'm probably going to get me I've been wanting a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for the last couple of days. I'm probably going to make me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for dinner. It's not going to be the healthiest, but it's going to be good. Okay. So that's one thing. The other is, I call it, when I pull my Oracle card, one of my cards I get a lot is called Chop Wood. And it's basically about doing what I do know. Instead of focusing on all the things that I don't know how to do, that I wish I did, that I need to know, that I'm, making mistakes around. What are the simple things that I know how to do? And I got up this morning and I went in my closet and I started, putting clothes up, putting laundry away. And it was like just the simple act of hanging up clothes, organizing them, hanging them in a certain way, folding my stuff up. There's a way I like my clothes folded that gave me this feeling of accomplishment that was like, oh, there are things that I do know. And like practicing those things, even if they're really small, simple things that don't, they don't have a huge impact on your life. But it's just for me to come back and be like, I do know things. Focus on what I do know. And I guess in a way that's also a way of me being gentle with myself, because it's very easy for me to spend time tackling what I don't know. Let me read about it. Let me buy a course on it. Let me sign up and hire a coach. Let me listen to podcasts all day on it. Let me take notes on it. Like, let me beat this information into myself until I've got it. And I'm stressing myself out over it. Like, that is not gentle. That is not loving. That is not kind. There's a way to learn things. And I learned to learn things the hard way. And so undoing that is a form of being gentle, right? What else do I have on here? I have getting grounded. being out in nature, finding things to laugh about. I'm listening to such a good audiobook series now. It's called The Secret Life of Maggie Gray. And usually I listen to hardcore urban fiction. All the niggas is killers. They assassins. They billionaires. They shooting up everybody. The girls is doing all type of ratchet shit. I love it. I love it so much. But this series, The Secret Life of Maggie Gray, is this basically Harry Potter in the hood. It's Harry Potter magic school type shit, but it's based in underground Atlanta. Okay? And it's these 4 girls. It's so much fun. It's lighthearted, and it's just good for my spirit right now. It's so good for my spirit. Okay? Listen, if y'all want some books, I mean, okay, that's a whole nother subject. I could talk about my audiobooks for days. And you see how my mood lifted and shifted just by talking about that one series. So, that's something that I do. And these are things I practice, and I want you all to practice, not just when we're in the throes of hardship about feeling like we don't know how to do anything, but anytime your stress level is going up, anytime that tension and anxiety, shame, all those things are coming up, these are what I run back to and what I want you to run back to, right? But being outside, being in nature, putting my foot in the grass, drinking my water, that's a big one for me. Drinking water is like the best thing I can do for my mental health and my nervous system. It just is amazing. Also, taking baths. I am a serious bath taker. I soaked in the tub for probably almost 2 hours yesterday. And when the water would cool off, I just let some out and put some more hot water in there. But I need to put space between, especially if you're like a high achieving person, high functioning, somebody who gets things done. Not being able to get things done and solve things adequately, it really tugs at our sense of self-worth and our self-esteem. And we don't need to put ourselves in that position to make ourselves feel bad anymore. We just don't need to fucking do it anymore. So these are the ways that I'm learning to come out of that. Also, talking to somebody. My friend group, I've had my friend Sarah has said this because I was having a conversation with her, not about my AC or stuff, but something else I was talking to her about, some issue. I don't know even what it was. This was a few months back, but it was a really vulnerable conversation. And I wasn't someone used to opening up about things that I was emotionally struggling with my friends. I really wasn't. I was the strong friend a lot of times. People come to me, but I wasn't going to them. And last year, I made a conscious decision to continue to let myself be seen. And it's like, well, how could you want strangers to see you, but what about letting your friends see you? But anyway, long story short, I was telling her something. She was like, this is a very vulnerable conversation. I'm not used to us kind of opening up like this. And I could tell she was uncomfortable because she's a thug too. And that's kind of how we get down. And I'm just saying that to say now, a year has passed and I'm more comfortable opening up to my friends about things and not just saying it like, man, my fucking air conditioner went out. I'm mad as hell about that. Or I got to get it fixed, and talking about the technical aspects of it. But I feel really dumb. I feel, fucked up that I done bought this house, paid all this money, and now the AC unit, I wasn't paying attention to it. And how did I get in this position? I don't even know what to do. I feel confused. I feel like sharing that with my friends is a new side of me. But it has been so good because it's given them an opportunity to support me and for them to encourage me and do all those things that I do for other people and things that I wish like I had a mother to do. So that has been great as well. Like instead of the old me would isolate. I just wouldn't talk to nobody for weeks at a time while I'm going through some hard shit. And when it's over, I come back like nothing ever happened. And I may mention it, but that's it. And I don't want to do that anymore because I don't want to put loneliness on top of loneliness on top of confusion, putting the pressure of figuring it out, how to do the thing, fix the thing, and at the same time be my only emotional support system. Like that's just stupid. You know what I'm saying? So it has been nice to be able to have those conversations with my friends. And even though there's a little part of me that's like, oh, I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to keep bringing the same thing up. But that's not really what's happening. And I have to expose myself and get the feedback from them to let me know that that's not what's happening, that I'm not being a vampire. I'm not sucking people's energy. I'm not having something negative to talk about every time somebody calls me on the phone. No, that's not it. But, you know, if I'm going through something, I'm going through something. And sometimes it might take a while to get past it. So it does impact my mood and what I want to talk about and things like that. So that's something else that I've been practicing that has been helping me. And finally, this one is practical, and it is asking the dumb questions. Like, forget that you think you should know how to do something. You don't know how to motherfucking do it. And it doesn't matter who does know how to do it or how good somebody else is at it. You don't know. So get in that little second grade tiny ass desk, raise your hand and ask the dumb question. It's not really a dumb question, but we feel like it is because we feel like we should already know the answer. Ask the question. Get the help. Don't sit around struggling because you don't want anybody to know that you don't know. So the problem just continues to fester and get worse and worse. Baby, I am the queen of that. And it's so easy for us to do it because we'll disassociate and we will go and think about something else, get involved in something else, and leave that pile of shit problem in the middle of the floor. And we just close the door of that room and go into another room and start over. Girl, don't you do it. Don't you do it, because that smell is going to seep through that house and you're going to make an even bigger problem in that room where you left all that shit. And now that I'm realizing it's kind of a good thing that it was my AC that kind of triggered me, because you can't ignore your AC going out in the middle of the summer in South Carolina. It will remind you every second of the day. With every breath you take, it will remind you that you have a problem that has to be solved. And you have to put your ego to the side and do whatever you need to do to remedy that. So I'm laughing. That's very interesting. This has been a really good lesson. That's why I know I'm making progress. I'm so glad I talked to you about this today, because now I can see the lesson in this, because I couldn't afford to disassociate. I couldn't afford to put it off and deal with it later and come back to it. Like, no, this is immediate. It needs your attention now. And whatever these lessons you got to learn, we're going to have to learn them in the fast lane so we can get some air back up, which we do have air back up. I still have my original unit, but I have it up and working, but it is going to have to be replaced very soon, which now creates another opportunity for me. Like, I've never replaced the HVAC unit before. This is, baby, and you really this is not something that you're going to do many times, because your unit is going to last 15 years, 20 years. So I might do this maybe once or twice. Again, I know my next house going to have a new AC unit in it. I tell you that. So maybe this might be one of the last times. But now there's another learning curve, which is not repairing your AC, but having a new one installed. Child, that's a whole nother episode. But I think me being able to manage getting my unit up and running, getting people out here, finding out what actually is wrong, talking to people, has given me a level of confidence around it. And I've built some HVAC community. I know who to call now. And that feels good too, because it doesn't feel so alone, and nobody tried to make me feel like I was a dummy going through this. Right. So I you know what? I feel better. Thank you for listening. I really do. I feel better. This was good right here. This was really good. I hope you got something out of it too. I really do. Take out AC unit and insert whatever it is that you are going through that has showed a gap in your skill set due to how you were parented, and hopefully you give yourself some grace. That's my biggest thing for you, is give yourself some grace. Be kind to yourself. Steep learning curve being an adult when you didn't have an emotionally attuned mother or parent is diabolical. That shit is like Mount Everest. Okay? And just be kind to yourself. Be gentle. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish this up and go make me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and get back in the bed and finish up book 3 of Secret Life of Maggie Gray tonight and enjoy this AC and send some more emails out to have what do you call the people? The HVAC installers. I'm already getting them on deck because this thing is coming up real soon. I don't have a lot of time to waste. So that's what I'll be up to. Listen, I love you guys. Thank y'all for listening to me vent. I be thinking I gotta have all the answers, but I don't. And I be going through shit just the same way. Okay. So love you dearly. I'll talk to you next week. Don't let nobody play in your face, especially not you. And we'll talk soon. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Black Mother Wound podcast. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and make sure you comment, subscribe, and rate the show. You can keep the conversation going over on IG at Black Mother Wound, and click the link in the show notes to download the free Mother Wound Healing Guide. See you next week.
This is Radhi Devlukia from A Really Good Cry. A lot of wellness routines start with motivation and end somewhere between week 2 and a half-use supplement drawer. Grunes was created to make daily nutrition simpler. Instead of pills or chalky green drinks, Grunes packs over 20 essential vitamins and minerals, greens and prebiotics into a snack pack of delicious gummies. It feels approachable and not demanding. The convenient, comprehensive formula supports gut health, beauty, energy, immunity, recovery, and cognition in one daily habit. Grunes contains 6 grams of fiber, which is more than 2 cups of broccoli, and the ingredients in Grunes are backed by 35,000 research publications, which is part of what makes the formula so intentional. Grunes is vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, nut-free, and made without artificial colors or flavors. Plus, it's methylated, so key nutrients like B12 and folate are in forms your body can actually use. It's comprehensive nutrition designed for routines you can actually stick with. Get up to 52% off with code CRY at grunes.co. That's code CRY at gruns.co.
Running a business shouldn't feel like surviving a software group project. One app for accounting, another for inventory, another for sales. And somehow, none of them talk to each other. That's where Odoo comes in, an all-in-one business management software that brings every part of your business together. From sales and accounting to inventory and marketing, all in one powerful platform. No messy integrations, no bouncing between tabs. And best of all, no spreadsheets. Stop managing software and start managing your business with one unified system. Try for free today at odoo.com/iHeartRadio. That's ODOOO.com/iHeartRadio.
Big transfer news today.
Who's moving?
Me. To the couch. With Domino's best deal ever since they just added stuffed crust.
Any pizza, any toppings, now with stuffed crust for $9.99.
It's a long-term contract with no release clause.
Only $9.99? Yeah, that sounds like the move. I'm heading straight to
Domino's. Price is higher for some locations. Excludes XL and specialty pizzas. Select this offer from 6/15 through 7/26. Online only. Size availability varies by crust type. Max 7 toppings, 6 for pan and New York style crust. Minimum purchase required for delivery. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
Across America, money is being abandoned. By taking a few seconds to check Lyft before your next ride, you can give money a better home inside your wallet. Save the money. Check Lyft.
This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.